Well, happy new year and welcome to This Week with Pastor Dino. I'm Dino and I'm so glad to have you joining us here at First Presbyterian Church of Bradenton, where we are cultivating hearts for Jesus from the heart of downtown. And as a new year unfolds, I'm so excited about what God is doing. I think God is ready and positioning to grow our hearts if we're ready and receptive to that. In turn, we get to go out into the world and spread the good news about Jesus. So that fires me up for 2022. I don't know about you, what you're excited for, but that's what gets me excited. Now today I want to look at a verse. We looked at most of it on Sunday, but I just took one verse out of it for our devotional today from 1 Corinthians chapter 3. Verse 7 says this: "So neither the one who plants nor the one who waters is anything, but only God who makes things grow." Now, if I could introduce you to my little friend here, this used to be a poinsettia, and I didn't do my work. I didn't water it, and this happened. I just left it in here in the studio. I never gave it water. It didn't get any sunlight. I don't know if they need sunlight as much as other plants, but I didn't do my work, and this is what happened to it. Here's the thing. God's the one who grows, but we're the laborers. We're the ones responsible for the planting and the watering and all that kind of stuff. And that's what we're called to in Scripture. The whole 1 Corinthians chapter 3 verse talks about the idea that in our humility, we're called to be laborers in the vineyard. And we are called to plant, we're called to water, but God's the one who does the growth. So we need to do the hard work in 2022 of planting those seeds of the gospel, of getting right with God ourselves, of making our hearts right, of committing to reading His Word and committing to prayer life and all that kind of spiritual growth stuff that can happen in us so that we don't end up like this. But we go out into the world, and it's our job to make sure this doesn't happen. This is just neglect. This is my neglect. And I just saw it in here and wanted to use it as an example of what happens when we don't do what we're supposed to do. We plant, we water, but God grows. That's how it is. That's what it should be. Thanks be to God. So this week, the church office will be open all week long, and we're back in the swing of things, hitting the ground running for the new year ahead. I'm excited about the new sermon series. It's called Let's Talk Us, and we're looking at what makes up a healthy church and how we get to participate in that so we can be excellent servants of the gospel, servants of Jesus Christ, and servants of God's kingdom. Now, with this new series, we are going to be looking at the 8 kind of building blocks of what make up a healthy church that's brought to us by a group called Natural Church Development, or NCD, and the 8 building blocks are these: empowering leadership, gift-based ministry, passionate spirituality, effective structures, inspiring worship service, holistic small groups, need-oriented evangelism, and loving relationships. So for the next few weeks as we lead up into the Lenten season, that's what we're going to be talking about. We'll be breaking one of those down every single week and talking about not only the scriptural underpinnings that ground these things in the Bible, but how we exercise them in our own individual lives and in our corporate life together. And in terms of fun events, we got a lot of things that are starting to pop up in the new year, but I want you to mark your calendars for January 28th. We're going to have our first Friday night courtyard event. There will be live music. There's a food truck coming, and we'll have Cokes and drinks and sodas and water and juice and lemonade and all that. Invite your friends. It's going to be a safe place to come hang out with the family, get dinner, enjoy some fellowship at church, enjoy some entertainment, and enjoy this beautiful Florida winter weather that we have, and start using our courtyard for its intended purpose. So join us for that. Mark your calendars. We'll get more details to you very soon. In terms of online programming, we've got breakfast and Bible study back on Saturday mornings at 10 a.m. You join that class virtually on Zoom. Go to bradenton.church/Zoom to find out how to connect with that class. And of course, we've got worship at 9 and 11 live, with masks optional, and we're also streaming those services at 9 and 11. Now, if you've been trying to get on the YouTube stream lately, we have been having some issues with our YouTube stream. It's not our fault, but we're trying to deal with it the best we can, and we're getting some parts in as soon as they get in to fix that. You can watch those services on Facebook without issue, so you might need to do that for a little bit, but we'll get those things fixed up as soon as we can. As we go into 2022, with 2021 in hindsight, and we don't know what's ahead this year, we just know that we're in control of how we see the world, how we interact with the world. We're in control of our own faith journey, and let's position ourselves to grow so that we can be those laborers that God needs out in the world. We can be those planters and those waterers. God will do the growth stuff, but we need to do our part too. So let's go and do that. And thank you so much for joining me here today. I look forward to seeing you all next time on This Week with Pastor Dino. Bye-bye.